beside him is Prince Wale and Shurure. So we have to submit this award to become the English House of we proceed to his own. So seated here we have correspondents from AYOGEN TV, we have from Sun City, we have from Punch, we have from KFM, and we have from Hope newspaper. So this will be the other arrangements. AYOGEN correspondents will ask the questions first, and then followed by Sun City, please let's know the order, followed by Punch, followed by Kaftan, followed by KFM, and followed by Hope newspaper. And please let us know there are repetitive questions. If you know that a question that you intend to ask is already answered, please do not go back to it. That's number one. Then number two, no questions about speculations about the bill. The bill was started and finished by Honorable Abiola Makinde. So let's just ask other questions that surround the bill generally. Then let's be organized. So ask the question first, immediately you are done, just end it with thank you, sir. So the next person will be ready to start from there. I don't want to be doubting the video as it proceeds. So thank you. The Emperor will read the speech first, then afterwards we'll take questions.
No question on ambition, political ambition, whatever. Don't get me into politics aspect of what is next for you. Okay. Are you going for Senate or? Okay, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, my name is Honorable Abiola Peter Otaibayo Nuluwanioje Makinde, Honorable Member representing the good people of Ondo East, Ondo West Federal Constituency in Abuja. Good morning, and I say again, Happy New Year to everyone. I welcome you all to this interactive press session, and I thank you all for coming. As you may be previously aware, I broke the news of the presidential assent of the bill I presented at the National Assembly to upgrade Adeyemi College of Education to a federal university on my social media. The news brings me, my community leaders, and students of this institution great happiness and sense of fulfillment. During my campaign in 2019 to become a member House of Representatives, I assured my constituents that if I was given the opportunity to serve as a member of the Green Chamber, that I would pursue tirelessly the prospect of Adeyemi College of Education becoming a federal university of education. Even without knowing how to go about it and having never done such, I made the promise with faith in my heart, and upon receiving the mandate of the Ondo people, Ondo East and West Federal Constituency, I proceeded swiftly to act as promised, which has brought us here today. With our wealth campaign mantra, wealth meaning water, education, agriculture, light, training, and health. Adeyemi College of Education, now Adeyemi Federal University, falls under education. This shows our total dedication to our campaign, and we have delivered on all aspects of our campaign and beyond. The benefits of this upgrade will be enjoyed not only by the people of Ondo Kingdom, Ondo City, but also the state at large. This will not only secure more jobs for our people, it will also ensure that the economy of Ondo is boosted. In furtherance, it will also improve the quality of our teachers, and finally, it will eradicate the delay often experienced by our graduating students, as they have to wait a full year before they are mobilized by Obafemi Awolowo University to NYSC. It is, of course, a monumental achievement for the APC as a party, because several lawmakers, even that were there before me, had tried to get this done, but to no avail. I thank God, Almighty Lord of Lords, for the favor that He has shown me and the grace that He has given to me. I thank God especially Victor Kiladejo Jilo III for the faith reposed in me since I became member House of Representatives. and also KBAC's tireless effort in ensuring that this bill was signed. I thank also our President, President Mohammed Buhari, GCFR, and my speaker, the best speaker so far, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, Speaker of the House of Representatives. I thank Senator Babajide Omoworare, is the Senior Special Assistant to the President on National Assembly Matters. I thank Mr. Smart Oluwole and Mr. Paul Adiwu for their tireless efforts in ensuring that this bill was signed by the President. I must thank the Provost of the school, Dr. Samuel Akitunde, for putting the interest of the college, now a university, above any other discussions, above even his own personal interest. Also, the Chairman, Governing Council of this prestigious school, Honorable Mrs. Idiat Babalola. I must thank all the staff of Adeyemi University as well. Most especially, I'd like to thank Dr. Nelson Oshugbenro, my partner in this race, this game. And I also thank Dr. Zegbo. Permit me to thank Prince Wale Adesolure, sitting beside me here, because he is the coordinator. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. I sincerely also appreciate Senator Boroface, Senator representing Ondo North, then Barrister Ajanaku, for ensuring that this bill was listed for concurrence at the Senate. In the same breath, I appreciate all relevant stakeholders who had helped with the passage and assent of this bill one way or another. Most sincerely and most importantly, I thank my family. Thank my wife, Dr. Rhoda Oluwatoberu Makinde, for allowing me to serve my people, and for the fact that she had taken her time to take care of the children while I serve. I must appreciate her as well. All my family worldwide, I thank you all for your support. All APC leaders in Ondo East and West, I say thank you. All my staff in Abuja and even in Ondo here, I say thank you to everyone. And I thank you, all the people of Ondo, and congratulations to every one of you. Finally, I thank everyone for coming. God bless Ondo East and West Federal Constituency, and may God bless Ondo State. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Yes, sir. First of all, we want to say congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Personally from AYOGEN TV. So we want to ask, and as we have seen here and there, we've been so conscious of the community. So what has been the engineer that is propelling you to do more for this community, the constituency, and to ensure that this institution, which has been due for upgrade since 1982, according to the provost of the college, Dr. Samuel Akitunde. So what is the reason behind it? Many are aware that, okay, is it because you are an Ondo indigene, or perhaps you are doing that based on your own kind of expecting a return from the institution when it eventually becomes a university? So these are what we want to know. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you for that question. I totally focused on education because, one, it is very paramount, and of the fact that late Obafemi, or late Chief Obafemi Awolowo, actually did well in terms of education. My father, late Ambrose Boluwaji Makinde, was a beneficiary to that good gesture of Obafemi Awolowo many years ago. And as a result of that free education, a lot of our parents today benefited from that. So I took it upon myself also to continue in that line, to ensure that education, it's paramount. You know, some people, they are not born with silver spoon, but all they have in their life is education. And if they can actually improve in their education, I think they will go places in life, even if they don't have all these silver spoons around them or even golden spoons around them. So education is paramount. So I decided that the best thing is to focus on this education. However, in Adeyemi College then, I came across their certificate. I'm not a graduate of Adeyemi College, but I came across their certificate and I was baffled at the fact that how can you have a school established many years ago and their certificate still bears Obafemi Awolowo University, and the tiny space under that Obafemi Awolowo University is where they gave Adeyemi College of Education. And another thing is, the students are not really proud of mentioning that name anywhere. They always say, oh, I am from Obafemi Awolowo University. So I felt that there is need for us to upgrade the school. During the time that I was sponsoring some of our constituents abroad for the request for transcript, we need to go to Ife to get the transcript. I've lost about why do they have to travel that to Ife to go and get it? And we lost out. We will have sponsored about 6 to Norway, but we were able to get only 3 to Norway because education is a very, very important aspect. I said, well, I will take it upon myself. Apart from that, the clarion call from the community has been another motivating factor. They want Adeyemi to be a university. And so that actually propelled me and my team to ensure that Adeyemi today is a university. Thank you.
The coming months before the expiration of your tenure. And second question I have is that what's your advice for the good poor Ondo?
Continue to focus on wealth, and that's my campaign mantra, WEALTH. I have noticed I am not a full-time politician. I am not a professional politician. You know, professional politicians can create, lies and try to deceive people. I am a businessman, a professional businessman in politics. I am not a professional politician. You know, so another politician can call blue green, and can call green blue, and say, oh, we will tie the whole road in the whole Nigeria, and they will not do it. But I am a businessman in politics. We decided to go into politics so that we know exactly what to do before we get in there. So my focus has been wealth, WEALTH, and that's exactly what I will focus on even as we speak now. Under this, I have seen people jubilating, but for me, I still have a lot of work to do. This is just E out of WEALTH, 6. So this is just E. I still have 5. So when people are jubilating, I just look at them and say, to God be the glory, but to me, I still have water to give my people. I still have to focus more on agric. I still have to focus more on education. This is for tertiary institutions. We have started distributing textbooks, exercise books, laptops, mathematical sets, and all these chairs and tables to primary and secondary schools. So we can't leave them behind. There are still so many schools that are dilapidated. I am not the only one voted for, but at least we just have to make sure that, okay, we have done this for tertiary, let's go back to all those primary and secondary schools. Let's focus on renovating. That's why we took our school to Ajangbale. Ajangbale has been without school. You have to trek like 1 hour to be able to get to the nearest primary and secondary school. So I said, no. And then we planted primary school there. And now we planted the secondary school there that is yet to be opened. So that is under education. Of course, you can see that this is an agrarian society. A lot of people are farmers, including you. Some of you are farmers. You still go back and do your animal husbandry here and there. How do we support your program? That's under agriculture. Health. My wife is a medical doctor. And up till now, we are still giving free medical drugs to a lot of our aged men and women, our parents. And our office is down that under the my wife's program, DROMI, Dr. Rhoda Makinde initiative. So we've been doing that to help the community in the area of health, especially those who are 65 years and above. They need our help. They need our support at such a time as this. Light, they still should look forward to solar light in Ondo. We've been able to start, but we need to cover as many places as possible. And we are calling on many people who can join us. I'm not the only one elected. You still have senators. We have House of Assembly. We have people who are billionaires. Just come in and do your own. It doesn't have to be, oh, I'm a politician. So we started from ESO. We took it to Newtown, solar light. From Newtown, we took it to Oka. That was about a year or two ago. And now we started from Newtown again, because we found out that from Newtown all the way down to Lepakala Junction has been in darkness. That Odoshida part. So we decided now that, okay, let's take solar light through that part. I didn't take solar light to my house, but we have to continue to cover all these areas. Another thing is to tie our roads. I'm looking at tying that at the super road. If God gives me the opportunity and the willingness to do it. It has been there for many years. They just tied it to one junction leading to Sunbreakers. I don't even know where that, leading to that corner of Adesupa. But the rest from that Adesupa down to Road 16, you're your own. Look at Sabo Road as well, leading to Rimolade at the back of Road 13 of Fago. We should have tied that place a long time ago. There are many streets that are cut off as a result of erosion. Cut off. There is no covert. The covert is broken. Many have lined a lot of them up. So there's so much work that cannot even be done within that 2 years. I don't know what the future lies ahead as far as politics is concerned, but we still need to cover many of these coverts and renovate them. In the rural area as well, we need to grade. Very soon now, this January, my team will start grading our roads, especially the rural roads, which is part of our job as well. I don't know if I've left anything. Water, we've commissioned Igbado, solar-powered borehole. We've done Kajola, solar-powered borehole. Oboto, we've done solar-powered borehole. We've done Igboja, solar-powered borehole. We've done Ifore, solar-powered borehole. And now there are some of the communities. I held a meeting with theologians and bailies, and they said, look, if you can just repair some of our own as well, we will be fine. Instead of the solar powered, if you don't have the money, just repair the ones we have. Give us one generator and pumping machine. Just give us that one. Fix it for us, and we will make sure that we fuel the generator, because everywhere is dry. Where would they get drinking water? So I'm not blaming the leaders in the past. That's not my focus. I'm just focusing on wealth. As far as Ondo State, and I don't know what you said about Ondo State politics. I don't know if it's the leadership. I don't know if you should come up with that again. What was your question about Ondo State?
That is that your advice for the people of Ondo State concerning the present administration.
The present administration, in fairness, under His Excellency, the leadership, Governor Rotimi Akeredolu, I must confess that he had done very well. You know, before I joined APC, I took my time to look at him. People, you see, I'm not a professional politician. Professional politicians will cast you down, regardless of what you've done, if you didn't put something in their pocket. But look, I can see what he had done. We had our time, 8 years. Yes, in Ondo East and West. What did we do? Yes, we tried our best, fine. But he's from Owo. But somehow, he's also trying to help us to uplift Unimed. And somebody say, oh, he has not done anything. Okay, he holds salary. The past administration also holds salary 7 months. 6 months or so. And he came back and paid 6 months out of the 7 months. Let us be honest. Let us not be professional politicians that will just lie without facts. That is into accounting, can check it out with the state. And he paid 6 times 3. It's 18 billion out of his own money as a new governor. And never put anybody to jail. Never said anything bad about anybody. He kept on. And now he is owing salary. The people to build on them out and appreciate. He's not owing me. He only owing me 1 month. But he's owing the state maybe 4 months, 5 months. Be honest. They should come out from Buhari. Buhari, a hooligan. I'm not a bad person. I won't allow somebody to be killed. So if that person who is making that decision, and that person so will leave in 2023. Let us hope for a better administration. Not, oh, because this person made a decision, it's that we need to blame. The constitution of APC is there. And it's clean, and it's clear, and it's human, and it's nice. But we need a better governance. Thank you very much.
So, people of the community really appreciate your efforts as well. Sir, what are your plans for the unemployment among the youth?
We, so far, agenda, WEALT. That T, I've been focusing on the T for a very long time since I came on board. And that T is segmented into three: the skilled, the semi-skilled, and then the unskilled. So the skilled are those who have no education at all. But everybody, they are a little bit of education, and the ones that are not graduate. So they all need employment. They all need some kind of support. So what have we done so far? We've been able to create skill acquisition centers, entrepreneurship schools, like the one that we just did the graduation a few days ago. Ham-drumming entrepreneurship school. We did the graduation of over 200 students. We trained them on things that can be done for them to make it in life, put food on their table, and also to return to train others. Part of the training was 3D, how to design all these 3D design and skills that they acquired over 6 months. Now, for those who do not even have education at all, because those ones that went for the skill, the entrepreneurship school, they actually went through even the sewing machines, grinding machines, because they don't have education. But at least they can at least survive with Okada. You know, there are many people, even graduates who are looking for Okada now. I think the president had eradicated in our society. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. My name is Rishola from Katan Television. Once again, congratulations on your achievement. Sir, we've seen your agenda on education, particularly this bill that was being assented by the president. Now, my question is, what are your plans in sponsoring other bills that will be of benefit to you?
Okay, it's at my discretion we can declare of representative bill, and there's what we call Senate bill. If you produce a bill as a senator, it will start with SB and with a code. Produce a bill from the House of Representatives, it will start with HB and with a code. So it's just like my license plate, my car license plate cannot be the same with yours. The bill in question, signed by the president, is HB 462. HB 462 was produced by House of Representatives. It has a code. Nigeria has a constitution. You don't just talk. So I've seen some media, SA media to somebody who was not given that necessarily. It should have been done. This is, and we are all educated. You can't say you see a license plate and say this is my license plate. Is that your card? They say it's not my card. It will now go. Is the chairman house committee on rules of business or the majority? The person in charge, assigned by the Senate president, will be the one to stand up and read the bill that was transmitted by the House of Reps, and he will stand up and read the bill for first reading, for second reading, and then the Senate president will stand and sit as a chairman of, clause 2 carried, clause 3 carried. Go and look at the video. Clause 4 carried, clause 5 carried. That is first reading, second reading, and committee of the whole. He's doing committee of the whole process now. And when everybody agrees, you don't need to argue. I was told somebody stood up and said was arguing, was trying to say I'm the one. is an educated environment. You don't just talk and just go on before saying what they are saying. So after the Senate president is done, he will now assume the position of a Senate president and now ask the clerk to read the bill for the third time. That's what we call the third reading. And then he will now say passed. And that was when the bill, everyone who did it. How can you own somebody's car? How can you escalate? It is an anathema, it's never hard. So many people just say, you know, these people don't. We have said that they should not carry fake news. They should stop carrying fake news. The president knows what he has said. Then goes through another process to legalize that bill, so that the National Assembly can produce what we call a clean bill. And so many will be transmitted to the president forever. You have to go through that process. The next one is for the finance, the Ministry of Justice, and then the Ministry of Education to send in their comments. It has a sponsor, and the sponsor cannot be two. It's only one. What am I looking forward to now? I'm looking forward to a Federal University of Medical Science in Ondo. We have had UNIMED, we've had all the structures of medical sciences, which is very important to us. It doesn't have to cost the government a lot of money anymore because the structure is on ground. We have the Modaja, we have the trauma center, we have the UNIMED. So the UNIMED can work together and make that a solid, so that it won't just be a burden on the state alone. At least the federal can also share in the burden, because I've seen other states getting that approval. So why can't we get the same thing? I appreciate our former governor, Bishop Mimiko, for all that he has done as far as medical science is concerned. And he has done very well. We've been able to get this trauma center, the mother and child. But then we need to move it, we need to upgrade it to the next level of the University of Medical Sciences. As far as insecurity is concerned, of some vocational studies, I think they will make some money. Fish farming, grass cutter farming, I mean, the people are making money. Even as a PhD holder, they are making things on the side. But you carry a PhD degree, you think it will give you 1 million naira per month? Never. Not in this Nigeria that we have. So I am more promoting vocational studies, regardless of your status in the society. Come and be trained on the side. So that at all, in politics, you say, na in bad. You know, at all, look at what you are doing. What if you didn't want it? What if you never got into it? Nothing will have been on the table. So those are bills that I look forward to in the coming months. Already, my bill on Federal University of Medical Sciences already passed the first reading. So I'm on track as far as that is concerned. And I know by the grace of God, the Federal University of Medical Sciences will be approved and assigned to by the President. Maybe next year, hopefully, or maybe before December, if we put a rush to it. And your encouragement are well needed for that. So that you report me well. Don't get into politics aspect of what this is. Thank you, Amy.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm from APF, the National which is my name. Considering the environment we are, I would like you to say all you've said concerning the upgrading in your Yoruba language or your dialects, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Well, Adeyemi College of Education, no Neo Ondo, Otida Adeyemi University. Adepẹ̀lọ́wọ́ lọ, àbáyé mo kí wọn, mo kí dédé àwọn Ondo, mo kí kábíyèsí, àbáyé ọba Dr. His Imperial Majesty, ọba Dr. Victor Kiladejo Jilo III, fún akitiyan ẹ̀, mo kí dédé ọmọ Ondo, mo kí wọn kú oríire, ìrere wọn àkàbára wa ṣe yóò. iye ìṣàṣemọ̀kọ̀ Ondo ó ti pẹ́ tí bí èfòfìdí Adéyẹmí College Joda University ohun ẹ̀yẹ yìí ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ náà ní òun ṣe Adéyẹmí ó ti dà University o bí yìí ṣe pọ̀ fi àwọn ọmọ wa gba bachelor's degree lọ́kàn because tó bá pè méjì ní Ondo pé a fi Adéyẹmí wà fi kó ìgbà ní degree afọ̀ngbà NCE afọ̀ngbà BSc ètì gba masters rí ètì gba PhD rí kéèjì fẹ́ láda professor ní ibò mú ẹ̀ kéèjì fẹ́ láda vice chancellor ní ibò mú ẹ̀ bọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yóò Adéyẹmí ti dà university náà jìnnà àwọn ọmọ wa ká gba masters degree náà jìnnà àwọn ọmọ wa ká gba PhD àwọn ọmọ agan á dà professor and á dà vice chancellor ní dédé Nàìjíríà so mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn èèyàn wa yòókù dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ kábíyèsí mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ọmọ wa lẹ́sìn Òṣogbo nínú ṣe pé mí lórí kò lè fi kẹ́ẹ̀tì fẹ́ ṣe o àna ọ̀gá mi ló ṣe Fẹ́mi Gbàjàbíàmílà speaker mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ lọ́dẹ́ ìgbàláṣọ bíìlì ó lè lò 10 years lẹ́yìn ní páàsì ẹ̀ àwọn ìjìkónù mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Muhammad Buhari GCFR president wa fi ó ṣe gudugudu méje yàyà mẹ́fà mẹ́mọ̀ president o gbọmọmọ lọ ọlọ́run jíde ní wa ẹ̀kẹ́ pẹ̀ dẹ́ mú support Abiola Makinde òun ó ṣe èyí tó ṣe èyí o so àdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ọlọ́run jíde wa dàkó dàyìn ọlọ́run dàkọ́wọ́ wa òkè fi ọlọ́run wà ṣe é wọ́n Makinde ṣe é because ọlọ́run ṣe é so àdẹ̀dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ọlọ́run.
àṣẹ sà pẹ̀lú bí ṣe pọ̀ fi ẹ̀ ṣọmọ iléèwé Adéyẹmí kí èmú ọgbọ̀ngàn náà múṣe wọn múṣe then yàtọ̀ sí ọ̀rọ̀ àṣeyọrí àṣẹlówó iléèwé ni kí ọ̀nà ẹ̀ tún ní èròǹgbà àti ká tún jí ìpínlẹ̀ wa lọ́ka tẹ̀síwájú sísà.
ẹ̀mí ìṣọmọ ṣùkúrù Adéyẹmí ṣùgbọ́n ó ṣe pàtàkì mo ti fọ ní ọ̀fọ̀ ìmọ̀fọ̀ just now fi èyẹ darí àwọn ọmọ wa ló ṣe fún bachelor degree nìkan à ń gbà dẹ́ndà bá dẹ̀ gba certificate wọn àákọ Ọbáfẹ́mi Awólọ́wọ̀ sí wọn dédé làálàá kókó dédé akitiyan àwọn teachers wa ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọmọkùnrin gba èrè ẹ̀ àkàkọ Ọbáfẹ́mi Awólọ́wọ̀ sí wọn. ó wù mí inú mímọ́ bóyá ní mo wá ìnàbí ní mo mi àti wọ ọ́fíìsì ọ̀tọ̀ àti fọ fífọ àríyànfó dòmú tẹ́lẹ̀ gírígì ọ̀tọ̀ ìpàdé mẹ́ẹ̀mọ̀ ọ̀ṣẹ́bájọ́ mẹ́ẹ̀mọ̀ wárí ọmọ ọ̀lọ́ ó dẹ̀ wọ àríjòkó lójoojúdó ká kùnú ẹ̀ the time of Christmas on the 23rd of December 2021 Buhari sign paper ẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn fi ẹ̀ bá ti rí mo èmi tó gbé ètò mo fòdì jà ń bá mo bẹ́ẹ̀ bá dẹ̀ nàbà mo jáde láti ọ́fíìsì ẹ̀ àwọn amújáde náà má ṣe mo jáde mo wá fẹ́ẹ̀ díẹ̀ sí owó Facebook so mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn fọ́ fi akitiyan wọn àti prayer wọn àti díkíní ló bọ́ sí náà ó ṣẹ́ṣì iwájú wa o ṣẹ́ṣì iwájú wa èso mi lóńdó àwọn skul wa ẹ̀yìn sàn àrí St. Helen àrí St. Monica dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ lọ́wọ́ àrí St. Joseph àwọn olóṣì sàn àrí òun bọ̀ àdá tún la ṣe àwọn yòókù àdá la ṣe àwọn skul wa àwọn Yorùbá graduate from oko tọ́lọ́ndẹ̀ bless ẹ̀ padà lọ́dọ̀ lára páàlù ló dẹ̀ kókó mọ́ máa bí ọlọ́mọ kejì máa fi wọ́n àṣìlẹ̀ pọ̀ kẹ́ ẹ̀ àdàgbàrò tí mo mú àsìkò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn wa ní home and abroad lè díẹ̀ kí mo gún ìjà náà padà wálé èmi gbọ́ mo kàwé ní abroad mo ṣe bachelor's degree ní University of Maryland mo ṣe master's degree ní University of Maryland mo ṣe PhD ní Nàìjíríà bẹ́ẹ̀ èmi gbọ́ mo padà wálé èyí ṣe fọ̀ fi chicken and chips ẹ̀hún ní èyí ṣe fọ̀ fi ọ̀nà ẹ̀hún ní èyí ṣe fọ̀ fi ìwé láìdé wọ àjíǹkù lẹ́dí ká ṣe kùtùkùtù bọ́ oníwó olú adájọ́ develop ẹ̀ a máa kà wá ní àkàṣe pàtí nìkan dání àwọn omi ọ̀nà
agriculture that help our farmers wa ó ní Yorùbá ní foundation ló gbé wá dájọ́ help our people wọn adúlá iṣẹ́ o so ohun yìí mo nílò àti ṣe ní 2022 ètí jámọ́ sí díẹ̀díẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ bá di àtravel náà mà lọ ní London ìfẹ́ náà bá àwọn èèyàn wa tó bẹ́ẹ̀ fi yí àjókòó ibẹ̀ ti tó ìfẹ́ náà bá wọn tó Germany plan mi ní yí ayé ìyẹn mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ lọ ní Canada ìfẹ́ náà bá wọn ní ẹ̀kí mo gúndé wọn fi àlẹ́ o kẹ́yìn ṣe ń gbé náà tó yọ orí àkáwá yàtọ̀ ṣe so as a leader you must rally around others you can't be the only one a tree cannot make a forest so that is my plan by the special grace of God. Adua Shehu.
My name is Alidos Majority. I'm from Open State. So, with the Federal University of Education now present and alive in our community sector, what changes or improvements can the students and staff of the institution expect to see in the nearest future? Then the second question is, we would also like you to intimate us on the economic impact of this monumental achievement and the community. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Changes that we should expect is that the provost will be changed to a vice chancellor. Of course, we're going to have a chancellor, we're going to have a vice chancellor. We're going to have all the structures that has to do with a university. And it's going to be high level kind of improvement and upgrade. Of course, we are going to have colleges, departments, and as a result of that, we might actually extend part of those colleges to Umbo East, an extension of Adeyemi University now to Umbo East. We might be able to just build some structures along that Unimed area so that Umbo East can also expand as a result of the good news that we have had. So the people should expect employment, of course, because a university will need more staff. And we need qualified staff. We want to be able to say, Ife, you've done well, you have trained us, we have been under you for many years. Now that you are one of the best in the nation, of course, even in Africa, we too should also be at the same par with your level of achievement in the whole world. So if we also plan it very well, we can achieve it. So the students, the staff should expect orientation as far as we're no longer college, we're now a university. And of course, KWESU, College of KWESU, the KWASU will no longer exist because we have repealed the act. We have repealed Adeyemi Colleges of Education Act. As a result of this bill, the act that actually governs colleges of education, with Adeyemi being part of the colleges of education, has been repealed by the signature, by the assent of the president. And we have now been enacted into the Nigeria National Commission, NUC. I need that orientation to be done. Also, in the university, we need to rejoice. So everybody needs to go and wear their attire and be ready to throw a party. You know, that one is very sure. Now the SUG, of course, will still be SUG. I think the chairman, governing council, will remain because it's chairman governing council of the university now. But that can be at the discretion of the presidency. Of course, we should expect the presidency now to appoint a chancellor, a vice chancellor. I hope you understand what I'm saying. A pro-chancellor as well.
Yeah, with that, we'll move to the questions for one from AYOGEN and one from Makinde.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. I still name myself Olowe Charles from AYOGEN TV. So, you as one of the experts in the education sector, sir, now that we have the Federal University of Education now, and I can remember a few months ago that was late last year, there was a kind of dichotomy and a kind of opera on campus that there is an hike increase in school fee. So now that the complaint or the excuse by the management then was because the school is under OAU, but now that it's an independent university, is there going to be a reduction in school fee, or it will remain, or the students that are still coming up to apply should expect a kind of additional or a reduction, being an independent university that is not under anybody?